Wieso zum Teufel wächst das Moos nur auf einer Seite des Baumes?
Wusstest du, das Moos auf dem Baum wächst nur Richtung Norden.
Nee, das wusste ich nicht.
Ja. Und weißt du, was du auch noch nicht weißt?
Erzähl.
Wir moderieren heute Jugendstil zusammen. Ich bin Tim.
Ich bin Michelle und das erwartet euch heute.
Heute bei Jugendstil.
Gehen Alfonso und Pepe in Behind the Tracks auf Tauchgang ins neue Album von Playboi Carti, I Am Music.
Außerdem baller ich mich mit Dmitri durch die Vergangenheit der Terminator-Filme. Von Kult bis Katastrophe.
Und zu guter Letzt waren wir beim Abklingeln in Magdeburg unterwegs und haben die frisch gebackenen AbiturientInnen gefragt, wie blickt ihr auf eure Stadt?
Das wird der absolute Wahnsinn.
Bleibt dran!
Hä?
Was hörst du?
Hä?
Was hörst du?
Hä?
Was hörst du?
Ach so, hier, Playboi Carti. Kennst du?
Ja.
Voll geil. Hab mir sogar das neue Album gekauft. I Am Music, hier. Auf CD noch. Richtig analog hier. Ja. Und Pepe und Alfonso haben sich darüber nämlich auch unterhalten. In Behind the Tracks. Jetzt.
It's grown up, shake time by low.
Yo, go on.
Are we recording?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Welcome everyone to Behind the Tracks. I'm Alfonso.
And I'm Pepe.
And today we are taking a break from rap versus pop technically, even though we are reviewing a hip-hop album, as you can see. So Pepe, why are we here today?
We are actually here today because we have this new album, which is iMusic by Playboi Carti. And this album actually was supposed to come out in 2024, and also the name was I Am Music 2024. But now that people were very, very mad that it didn't drop, he finally dropped it in 2025.
Correct. So for anyone who doesn't know, I am mostly a pop and indie music listener, and he's very into hip-hop, Pepe.
Indeed, I am.
So, what I wanted to know, are you a Playboi Carti fan?
I'm not the biggest fan, but I do actually like his music. Actually, I saw Playboi Carti live once at Frauenfeld, which is in Switzerland. It's like a big ass festival, biggest hip-hop festival in the whole of Europe. 180,000 people were there. He's a very good live performer. Like, he has just this crazy vibe where he has so much energy, and he's like jumping around on stage, and like he has screaming and hyping up his crowd. It was like, I'm in a different world or something. It was so insane because all the people were so in the rage mode and jumping around, and it was really hard to get air, and it was just once in a lifetime experience, I have to say that. But it was worth it.
You survived.
Yeah.
Then all good. In my case, I did know Playboi Carti, but you will never guess from which song.
Either, I think, Timeless by The Weeknd. No?
No.
Location?
No.
RIP?
No.
Then tell me.
I Love It by Camila Cabello and Playboi Carti.
Oh, yeah.
So then my first impression of Carti was like, wow, all of a sudden I don't speak English. It's like, what is this? He's mumbling or what?
Yeah. Actually, his fans call it Cardinese, which is his own kind of language, because they're all making fun. The whole community makes fun of him not speaking clearly. Only real Playboi Carti fans can actually understand what he's saying.
So my question is, can you understand it without reading it?
Actually, I've been listening to him like on and off for like a year, and now I do understand a lot he's saying, actually, yeah.
Wow, I'm impressed, I must say. So then, I knew he is kind of divisive. Like, some of his projects are very acclaimed, and some of them not so much.
Yeah. I had kind of high expectations for the album, because some of the songs on the album were actually like leaked 3 years ago. So I already knew them and I kind of liked them. And when I first listened to it, the first song, Pop Out, I kind of felt like was not a very good opener, which was kind of sad, especially if you waited 4 years for the album or something.
For me, I will say that some of the beats were impressive to me, and they were cute, kind of sometimes 8-beat vibe. But I was sad that the themes of the album didn't change at all after the first song. We have the opener pop out, and then it's like he had a checklist of things to mention in the other 29 songs, which includes, of course, having bitches and luxury brands. That's gonna happen. But also ops, like his opponents, like his enemies, having shooters hired, Molly, and I think it's pronounced homicide.
Homicide is called Homicide Gang, which is a group of 2 people he is friends with, and that's why he's kind of screaming it in between sometimes, because he kind of wants to push his label, obviously, and yeah, there's a team of people that are very close to each other making this album. It does feel like that, but yeah, sadly I just feel like he didn't have much to say to make a 70-minute plus album, you know? Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. For example, you have interesting stuff like the intro of Evil Jordan, which I loved. Same. The beats or Crush and like Wheezy, I really liked, but they were sometimes ruined by the theme, like the lyrics. I don't think they were so likable, and I was like, for example, in Crush, there's so much potential. That could have been my favorite song, but I didn't end up loving any songs in the album, actually. I do have a song I personally very like, which is Backdoor with Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, the features for the most part were better than Playboi Carti himself, and so it's like, okay, I can get into his singing if I get used to it for like 5-10 minutes, but then I hear Travis and I'm like, okay, this is cool, and then when I get back to Carti, I'm like, I have to get used to it again. But I agree that Backdoor is one of the better songs, and my favorite ones are Rather Lie, I See You Baby Boy, and Olympian. Okay. For me personally, I have to say Backdoor, Rather Lie is one of my favorite songs, and on the deluxe version now also 2024 I like very much, and Hood by Air, which is the opener of the tour he had in 2025 where he was at Frauenfeld, open air, and I kind of have a relationship with that song because of that. And what about your least favorite? I think I only have one least favorite, the others are kind of like on the same page. I think my least favorite song is like Wheezy. Oh! Yeah, because I don't know, like the beat is kind of cool, but his rapping on that song. It's like very weird, I'd say. My least favorite is Charge Them Hoes a Fee. Okay, that feature felt like a parody of Carti. He's like, he enunciated even less than Carti. Oh yeah. Now, if you want, I have a couple questions for you. Okay. Carti has been arrested several times. Yes. He's not a very good human, I think. Did you know the thing with his son? No, I didn't know he has a son. Yeah, he actually does have a son, and he doesn't really care with him. And there's a very viral video that went around where his ex-wife, that he also punched, kind of.
This man didn't even come to see his son be born. He went to Philly to play the PlayStation with little Uzi. He thought that was more important than seeing his son be born. And I had a scheduled C-section. I know he allegedly canceled the concert to watch a film, but not about this. Oh my God. I think I have to say one more thing, and then we continue with the score. So the one thing is, it kind of is what I expected. I didn't expect it to be the best album ever. He could have done better, he could have done worse. So it's kind of average for me, which is why I would say the album is for me a
6.5 out of 10.
Okay, okay.
Which is kind of, it's okay.
Yeah. For me, for music, I decided to give it a 2 out of 10.
I think it's not an album that's supposed to have very much substance. It's like and like rage, party to it or whatever.
Yeah, and even the substance that is there gets washed out because of the repetition of the other elements. So I don't think it makes his talent shine, because he has some funny lyrics like, I can't believe my eyes, so I wore a GoPro. It's just funny. Like, okay,
it is funny lyrics.
But yes, overall, this album shows me I can enjoy or not enjoy hip-hop to a certain degree.
Definitely. So you maybe will have a bit of other perspective on new albums, which are gonna come in the future. So I hope you liked it. Bye bye.
Enjoy the rest of Jugendstil.
Yes.
Sag mal, wie fandest du jetzt eigentlich das Album?
Immer noch geil, aber irgendwie hat es mich so ein bisschen an so einen Soundtrack von einem Film erinnert. Ich bin mir aber auch nicht sicher.
Apropos Filme, jetzt geht's weiter mit unserer Rubrik Inside the Movies.
Das ist mein Stichwort. Shit. Moderiere jetzt, Junge.
So, this is inside the movie. I'll be back.
I wasn't back.
And today we will talk about the Terminator. First.
No, the second.
No. I would like to start from the first, because this is the first film.
Yeah, but the second is better.
I don't know. Let's talk about both. First of all, this is a great, fantastic movie. The second fact is that it was released in 1984 and was directed by James Cameron, and that was his second film. That was a really low-budget movie.
$6.4 million.
Yeah, 6.4. Today it could be seen that it's a low budget in some moments, but if compare budget and the result, it looks really great, and it became a real classic of fantastic thriller and horror cinema. Yeah, maybe today it's not really scary, but it really used all horror movie patterns, you know, even some screamers and some body horror when Arnold Schwarzenegger put something into the eyes and all this stuff. Yeah, in my view, the most genius in Terminator, and that this character is somehow concentration of fear of the future as it is, because we all scary about the future, worry about it, and Terminator is somehow compare all these fears inside one character.
I agree.
The next factor is that James Cameron firstly saw character of the Terminator in his dream when he was ill, and he saw the man which had some red point in his eyes, and this is was really impressive for him. And after that, he wrote the first draft of the script for the Terminator.
Okay, a typical guy would go to a doctor, but fine.
Yeah. That's interesting that Arnold Schwarzenegger, firstly, he wanted to play Kyle Reese. James Cameron met with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and after the discussion, Arnold Schwarzenegger started to explain for the camera how other actors should play Terminator, and after that Cameron went to his agent and said that Arnold Schwarzenegger is not good for the role of Kyle Reeves, but he will be the real great Terminator.
Jo.
Tim?
Ja. So, then we can talk about the second, Terminator 2 Judgment Day from 1991.
Yeah.
Also directed by James Cameron. And yeah, we had the same main actors, main characters, so... But the plot is... There's a new Terminator, the T-1000. Yeah, and he wants to kill John Connor. Oh no. And yeah, the old Terminator, the T-800, is reprogrammed. And now he's a good one and he's helping. Nice. At this time, the movie was one of the most expensive movies every time.
Wow.
More than $100 million.
James Cameron really liked to work with a large budget.
But Terminator 2 also set very new standards for CGI. I find it more authentic than the new movies today. By the way, Linda Hamilton trained for months to transform into her role, Sarah Connor, in the second part. And the movie won 4 Oscars.
Wow.
For visual effects, sound editing, and makeup. Yeah, also important.
Okay.
So, and for the second movie, Terminator 2, Arnold Schwarzenegger got around $15 million. And and the nice fact for this, he spoke around 700 words, and for every word he got around $21,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to talk with our producers.
Yeah, or we can say every word, twice.
Good idea.
Boom, boom.
So, Tim, what is Terminator for you?
A good movie.
Yeah, it seems to me that it was always around me in TV, in cinema, and yeah, I couldn't even remind when I first saw this movie. And, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And this is, I guess, a really actual one, because today when we have the ChatGPT, I'm not scaring you.
We don't use this. Yeah, I just wanted to say bye. That was inside the movies.
Yeah, tschüss.
Hasta la vista, baby. Yeah.
Was machst du denn da?
Na jetzt der Abklingeln, geht los, ich bin hyped.
Abklingeln war letzte Woche und du warst nicht da. Und deswegen bin ich hingegangen. Und das seht ihr jetzt.
Oh.
Wollt ihr auch ins Fernsehen?
Na klar, immer doch. Hi, ich, Jonas Reime, Gentleman und Ehrenmann.
Kommt ihr aus Magdeburg?
Nee, Wolmirstedt. Umgebung.
Olvenstedt.
Wolmirstedt.
Wolmirstedt. Und
was geht?
Habt ihr
Hallo, ist egal.
Habt ihr eine schöne Sache, die es in Magdeburg gibt?
Der Stadtpark.
Alkohol, Stadtpark und?
Ja, auch.
Meine geliebte Freundin. Sag ich euch, wie es ist.
Ja, okay. Und eine schlechte Sache?
Eine schlechte.
Deine geliebte Freundin.
Ey, das ist ja ehrenlos, das ist ja ehrenlos.
Also ich finde der Magdeburger Dom, und ihr filmt ja hier nur für die Leute, der wurde ja damals im Zweiten Weltkrieg verschont, damit die alliierten Soldaten sich daran orientieren können. Magdeburger Dom, eine super Sache.
Digga, was machst du hier, Mann?
Machst du Abi? Machst du Geschichts-Abi zufällig?
Nein, macht er nicht, der macht Ausbildung gerade.
Ausbildung.
Sag mal eine schöne Sache aus Magdeburg.
Eine schöne Sache aus Magdeburg, hilf mir.
Was ist?
Eine schöne Sache aus Magdeburg.
Der Stadtpark. Der Stadtpark.
Ja, das stimmt. Der Stadtpark. Ich bleib beim Stadtpark.
Eine schlechte Sache noch.
Eine schlechte Sache?
Die Neonazi-Demos.
Ja. Ich stimme zu, Nazi-Demos sind nicht gut.
Magdeburg ist halt echt schon ranzig manchmal.
Ja, teilweise wirklich ganz schön runtergekommen.
Ja, aber noch irgendwas Spezifisches?
Naja, man kann
oder so.
Naja, also man kann auch nicht wirklich so viel machen. Also sage ich mal, in anderen Städten oder Großstädten ist es halt schon besser, sage ich mal, für Jugendliche teilweise auch.
Magdeburg soll mal mehr Nachtleben haben, ich sag ehrlich. Weil Nachtleben ist ein bisschen tot, aber sonst ist cool.
Eine schöne Sache zu Magdeburg. Oh ja, die FCM-Jungs, die sind schon ziemlich geil.
Der FCM, Handball auf die Eins. FCM auf die Eins.
Der Castagna-Späti.
Gerne.
Seid ihr auf einem Kanal?
Ja,
oh,
natürlich.
Nee. Ja, okay. Ja, okay, ist okay.
Habt ihr eine schöne Sache über Magdeburg?
Die Milchkuh. Stadtfeld Ost.
SFO, okay, und du?
Ich finde die Milchkuhanstalt ist sehr schön.
Ja, ich finde die Hasselkultur eigentlich recht cool. Also
Ja.
du kannst da halt jedes Wochenende hin und es ist immer was los.
Und sag mal so eine schlechte Sache, die es in Magdeburg gibt?
Oh, AfD-Quote. Finde ich nicht so geil.
AfD-Quote, ja?
Ja, das ist Arsch, das ist richtig Arsch.
Gut. Okay, ja.
Gute Nacht, Magdeburg!
Scheint eine spannende Sendung zu sein, dieses Gute Nacht Magdeburg. Kann ich jedem empfehlen, da mal einzuschalten. Ich würde dir jetzt die Abmod übergeben. Ich muss dann mal.
Ja, das war Jugendstil und wir sehen uns in 4 Wochen wieder.